Hi, welcome back to Campervan Culture. Now let's talk about insulated roof thermal wraps on a Westfalia pop top. There's a few variants around, and I think the one that we launched last was the absolute best. The reason being is that we use vans just like you do. Now, if we're using vans and we're out there in the cold and in the hot, we get to know what the sort of good points and the bad points are about what's available on the market. You could get them from Europe. The material that was used wouldn't really stand up under its own weight. The back of the roof here was all exposed. They only came down this far, so the whole back was vulnerable to hot and drafts and frost and all that kind of stuff. And then in turn that caused condensation. But the biggest plus side, and the ironic thing is that I'm going to be trial fitting one or showing you how our new one goes on our own Westie, is because this is the van where all this started from and how we got to get this kind of knowledge together about what works and what doesn't. And while it's been off the road and while it's had all its bodywork done and its metalwork ready for me to get painting, it's given me a lot of time to think about this and how to get this better than it's ever been before with our new thermal wrap for the pop-top roofs. I think the best thing that we've done here is looked at it, I say we, me, Jed, I've looked at it from a user point of view. Now, every time we needed a pop-top wrap in the winter, the chances are it was really, really windy, and the external ones were just, it's like holding up a big sail. So the wind would get it and it'd be flapping around and it'd catch on stuff and it could rip quite easily if it was caught on stuff. If you had gas struts fitted to your roof, aftermarket ones that we do, it was hard trying to tuck it through, and then if it's icy, you're on the roof and you could slip, you could hurt yourself. If you kind of had some, not a kind of like a disability, or you weren't as able as someone who's a bit younger to sort of jump up and down and stuff, we get that totally. So we went right back to the drawing board, and the first thing I considered was all ages, all abilities, all people of different sizes, whatever. So I think I realised that the best thing to do and the easiest and safest way to apply these is from the inside. So that means there's no, if we could seal it on the inside, that means there's no cold bridges or like warm bridges even that could let cold or warm air in, and it keep its thermal value much better. So it was working out how to do that was the first step. And the second step was the materials what are being used. So we wanted something totally rigid. There's nothing on the market that you could buy wholesale wise or from like a hardware store. I mean, this isn't stuff you get from Screwfix or Wix or you just tape it together. It's great. That stuff's dog shit. This stuff, like, we've had to actually have this made. So it's like a double skin thickness. So it's like really, really rigid, so it can hold itself up. And also, because we used it a lot in the summer, because once the roof's up, as you'll know if you've got Westfalia, once that sun hits the side of your van as it rises the sun, the heat is massive that goes in there. And if it's on the outside, you can't open any of your windows. You can't have any airflow up there. It's actually quite awful. So this way, you can have a lie in. It can be cool inside. But yeah, let me run through how this all works. It comes in a nice bag, a little shoulder strap. If you want to take it in, up some stairs or whatever when you get back. Nice zip on the top, as you can see. It's even got its own little a little branding by us. Look, it's just so you're not buying something that's just been bought from somewhere else and some money added on. Whatever, we make these, and we're proud to put our name on them. Well, just for now, I'm just going to lay these out on the floor just so you can see what we've got. I've put everything together in this one bag. It comes in 4 pieces, as you can see on the product description, and you don't have to store them all together. You could just keep a couple up in the roof, pop-top roof at the back when it's folded down, maybe somewhere else. But ultimately, it comes in 4 pieces. You can see that the Velcro is super thick, heavy duty. Again, this is really padded. And if you also note, there's plastic, clear plastic there, where it's been sewn. This is real good stuff. Yeah, there's the front. Here's the 2 sides. Okay, now you'll see why we've done it in 4 parts. The reason being is because there's 4 sides to the roof, obviously, but then there's the H-bar section, which would be an absolute nightmare trying to feed it all through, especially with the material being so insulated and rigid. So we've also looked at, like, logically, you think you only use this in the winter, like I said earlier on, but it's not true. The summer is where it's going to really come into its own, when that hot sun is shining through the roof. Now, if you're facing the sun, okay, I've zipped this window out for now, just the mesh. If you're facing the sun and that sun's just going to beat in from the front in the morning, there's no need to put all 4 sides on, because the heat is just going to come through this way. So what that allows you to do is you can just put the section in at the front, maybe just that side, because it's coming in at an angle there. So you can block out the 2 parts, and then it means that you can unzip your side windows on your roof canvas, and you can have all that nice air blowing through, and also get the views, get some nice ventilation going. So yeah, the front part, the Velcro, goes on the outside. So you just feed that up, nice and easy. You're not even on the roof outside. And like I said, because it is so rigid, it will hold up under its own weight, or under its own strength. But to get it even more rigid, if you just put one of the side bits on, so it's at an L, it'll be super strong. And now, again, from the inside, so you're nice and safe. It could be blowing an absolute gale outside, but it really doesn't matter because you're doing it from the inside. So to put this other side in, goes up there. You'll see there's a notch cut out for the H-bar. So just kind of bunch it up, get the skinny end, feed it down, and then that could go up in one piece. Really easy. And then just use your Velcro there, just to stick it in place. And there you go. That's nice and easy, isn't it? Right, to get all 4 sides on means pulling the bed down. But let's get this 3rd side on first, and then we'll flip it over. Oh, it's been a while since I've been up here. All that's left to do now is just go to the back, push the sides in, and then stick your back piece in. And there you go. Come check it out right now. With all the nice plastic part across the top that keeps it rigid, and then all the bottoms sealed all around there. Same along the top, and then what you do, you tuck the mattress, or you just get that and tuck the mattress, lift it up and tuck the back down. So then at the bottom here, is all sealed. So really, this should be absolutely, or say should, it is absolutely toasty. If you're one of those freaky people who sleep with the head up this end, there's a few for you towards the front of the van. And then for all the normal people, there you go. The you may not tell on the camera, it may not pick it up, but the acoustics has made a real difference to that as well. So if you're on a campground that's a bit noisy, if you put this up, it'll really quieten down any noise from outside. So with this deployed, you're going to get, in the winter, you're going to be warmer. It's going to be quieter. It's going to stop the cameras from flapping around in the wind. It's going to be safer because you're not going to fall off the roof. You're not going to damage it putting it up because you're doing it from the inside. You can use it in the summer. Just use a section at a time if you want. Like I said, so you can zip out a window and look through from the side that isn't hitting the sun. And yeah, that's it. By the time this goes live, these should be on the web shop. So I'll put a link in the description below. If you're new here and you're new to the channel, why don't you subscribe? That way you can see when we make a new video. Ring the bell so you get those updates, otherwise you just won't know. And then give us a like if you find this useful. You won't find us on Patreon, but you will find that on our website we sometimes release some of these videos a few weeks early. So check us out on CampervanCulture.com. Cheers.